Peace, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Il Talib Mosi Bey on Magnets Pyramid Crystals YouTube page. Always want to give a shout out to Brother Hank for offering this platform to me. We have a special guest tonight, Sister Louisa Flores. At today's presentation, a conduit for facilitating Moorish history, Moorish nationality, and Moorish political national unity education. Absolutely. You're sideways, Louisa. There we go. All right. All right. She's wearing her shirt. I love it. Supporting the national campaign, the national campaign, the Moorish, you have the human rights, nationality for our children, national campaign, t-shirts for sale. All right, absolutely. So I'm excited. Is Israel on? Hank, we got to bring in Brother Israel. He's going to be showing the slides. I guess you'll. So we have here. All right, so good. I just wanted to we have all right, good. Israel's on. All right, so before we get into we have here Louisa Flores, a keynote speaker of the May 18, 2024 Moorish Political Unity Conference, a conduit to facilitating Moorish history, Moorish nationality, and Moorish political unity education. I'm going to introduce her. Louisa Flores was born and raised in Harlem, New York. Her grandparents and mentors, parents, and mentors such as Jerry Worley, Billy Mitchell, Akil Rose, Jean Rojas, and Vivian Castillo laid the foundation for Sister Louisa's humanitarian works in the communities in New York and along the East Coast. Sister Louisa was a keynote speaker at the May 18, 2024 Moorish Political Unity Conference in Philadelphia. The conference gave Sister Louisa greater purpose and structure to be a conduit to facilitate Moorish history, Moorish nationality, and Moorish political unity education. So I'm definitely excited. I've known this sister for 15 months now. 15 months as she was introduced and to be one of the keynote speakers for our May 18th, 2024 Moorish National Political Unity Conference. And so we've been working for 15 months, prepared her for and working with her leading up to the conference. And we've been working since the conference, since the Moorish Political Unity Conference. So I'm definitely excited about today's pre-grad program. She's been she was for over 40, maybe 50 years of community networking outreaching since 5 years old. And she was 5 years old, probably even younger. So the next slide, Israel. You see here, Louisa Flores was a 2024 International Women of Distinction. You go to the next one. The Black I Am, she was a recipient of the Black I Am International Awards. Mm-hmm. And this is in 2024, I believe. The Black Kings and Queens Worldwide Summit and Induction. Meet our panelists. That was March 22nd of 2024. Mm-hmm. This is Louisa. This is this the same? What award is this, Louisa? You see it?
Okay.
You hear me?
The lights are blinding my eyes.
You can't see it.
No, the lights.
You wouldn't have to be able to, you won't be able to, you can't see the screen?
You can bring the screen. Let's see. Is it on your laptop?
I'm getting it on right now.
All right, y'all get into, all right, so we can go to.
That one is the, I got consecutively from 23rd to 2023 and 2024 for the Black Queens and Kings Worldwide Presidency Award.
All right,
So,
and this
the Presidency Award.
And this was last year?
2023 and
2024. You did say that, yes. Thank you. We go to the next one. This is continuing. You see here, this is the Welcome to Black I Am International Awards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Brandeis, part of this organization, worldwide global organization.
Oh, wow.
So it was Brandeis in. So we have to be authenticity accountable. So that's why you see my slogan, my organization is authenticity of accountability.
Accountability.
We must
All right.
be.
Next one. All right. So these are pictures of some of the
Lifelong Time Achievement Awards from the presidency, the White House, from our former president.
All right, Joe Biden. Mm-hmm.
That's Kemet by Dr. Shaka Zulu.
So we hear.
We've been together since Akil Rose time. So him and I kind of grew up with Akil Rose. And when Akil Rose passed, Shaka Zulu continue on growing his massive medicine. He's a doctor, real bona fide doctor. My Asian doctor said, when I gave him information what my friend said, Dr. Zulu, he says, oh, you have a very valuable friend, you must keep him.
Yeah, I know him too. I've known him for a while with African Bambaataa. They used to come to the Moorish History and Heritage class at the National Black Theater.
Yes, that's what we've been doing that for a long time. So I've been supporting him in all that he does, and he understands who's doing the work out there, who has learned from him as well. So he likes to shine them on his special events that he gives annually.
Absolutely.
I spoke at his last one previously, last month.
That was last month. Yeah, yes. Awesome. Right?
Yes, it is. I have thanked him for that. I wasn't even prepared. I didn't.
All right. So we have Louisa Flores is with the Honorable His Royal Highness Dr. Pronounce that for me. You got Alusugun Alderimi, King of Nigerian tribe, and the OSH Association, Occupational Safety and Health Association.
Yes. His tribe comes a few times a year to the United Nations to speak on humanitarian. And he is a great king from Nigeria. And he's born into being a king for generations. So he
Mm-hmm.
was the next one of his generation to lead his people and be responsible for the humanitarian for his country and connecting with America. So he comes quite often so that he can keep his country safe and protected. He's very wise, humble, and when things are not going, when our people try to be negative around us, he just taps my hand or he holds my elbow and he says, "Be still, you are a queen." So I be still and don't say anything. And he picks up things very well because he understands if you position yourself in a certain way, things fall into place, which which that means he's a great leader without the fighting and argumenting, no back and forth, none of those things. He walks gracefully as a king. So his first name means man. Men must lead. So I'm glad to always be with him when he comes. I'm glad that he always keep me informed when he's going to be back, which he's going to be back this right before summer.
Mm-hmm.
United Nations will have more meetings because that's why he comes to America to attend the United Nations forums and meetings. So I'm blessed that he sees me as a young queen, and I am blessed to have know him, have met him. I need to say.
Mm-hmm. Will he be at the Human Rights Summit in June?
I will ask him that when he comes. I keep their whereabouts kind of private because of the many things that they're responsible for. So I keep their personal moveabouts
Yeah, I
privately.
got you. Yes.
So when he does return, I will ask him.
All right. Yes. Thank you. We go to the next one, Israel, and that's a
That's
picture. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's him and I. We're being interviewed. I walked into that. I didn't know I was going to do that either. That's at Cytology. Cytology welcomes everyone all over the world at their hall. So when they want to do something at Cytology Hall, Cytology welcomes everyone. So I'm blessed to know them as well and to do also community and humanitarian events and like this one, a meeting and interviews.
Yes, the Church of Scientology, founded
Yes,
by L. Ron Hubbard.
located. This one is located on 46th Street.
Yes,
They
and
do a lot of amazing things, and people who had bad ideas about it, just ideas. I said, well, God is very intelligent to no end. So if we are in his image, then it's our born right to seek information, seek knowledge from every walks of life that's in this earth. We're supposed to find out on our own what is really going on, the truth, not just by ear or word of mouth, but you must educate yourself.
absolutely. All right,
That's us
and that's just
again.
another angle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, this is the flyer for the May 18th Moorish Political Unity Conference 2024, and Louisa is on the if you facing the screen, she is on the bottom row, the right there. Thank you, thank you. So this is how I was able to connect with her. I was so as a very good. I was told that this sister would be good to be a keynote speaker at the conference. She has a large network and outreach, and has been doing it for quite some time.
Yes, at this I met you through my mentor, Makapulu
Mm-hmm.
El, and he said I must go because I'm very leery of doing things with people. So he said I will be in safe hands, and he said I should go. And even if he was not going to be able to make it, that I should call you and let you know I will take the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I did.
Yes, we did.
And it's been great ever since.
Yeah, that was January of last year. Mm-hmm. All right.
January.
Yeah. I think that's when I reached out to you. I think January. Yes,
Yes, and
of last year.
we've been on meetings every week ever since then. Yes,
Yep.
that's right.
Absolutely.
Because you and I do things ahead of time to work through what's going to happen in the future.
Absolutely.
That's right. We have a correspondence and a history, and we was doing almost sometimes twice a week. It was so good. We was doing almost twice a week with all the visitors you had and all the guests that you had. We was just
Yeah. Yeah, I was
doing
busy
some
leading up to the
personal.
mark. I was busy leading up to this. Oh my goodness, absolutely.
It was
I was doing
great.
a lot of one-on-ones, preparing various keynote speakers and panelists. We had the keynote speakers and panelists on this platform. All right, and leading up to February, March, it was March, April, May. I think it's 3 months leading up to the conference. We had all the keynote speakers and panelists at different times.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had scheduled that out so that
But that
people
but
can
that
they can get it. They see the flyer now. They had the opportunity to hear, actually hear everyone's voice. Got a chance to listen to what people were, talking about leading up to the march, to the parade. I mean, to the
yeah.
conference.
That's why everyone was happy to be there. Everyone was excited to see each other. And a lot of people already knew, but I didn't know I knew them until I saw them in person.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was just excited to see each other and share even space at the hotel, share cars with each other. It was really, really wholesome. And that event lasts from like in the morning all the way to past 12 midnight.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Yes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's like no one didn't want to leave, even at the parking lot. Everyone was still, socializing and networking and having deep, wholesome conversations. It wasn't anything light. It was really connecting, and it's a day I will never forget. It was beautiful, and Makakuva, I was happy that he was able to show up. Things happens in life, and we work it out to make it happen. So I'm glad that we did so, even though all the challenges that people had. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a awesome thing. It's like nobody didn't want to miss it. No one did not want to miss your event. So it was a beautiful thing that the ones who working together from the very beginning was able to blossom all at the same time. And the food was great. The music was awesome. The live band was great. I mean, everyone woke up and
Yeah, you had your friend Debra perform.
everyone was dancing. It
Debra
was like
Powell. Debra.
beautiful. Deepa Pauls, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
She got everybody off they, from sitting down, everyone got up, everyone was dancing. My granddaughter was dancing. She had other people dancing with her, so it was an amazing thing. It was like, the music, brings blossom out of people, brings out, wakes the soul up in a harmony way. And everyone got up and danced because of her. The band that was very rich and professional, and then her voice so sultry and and like classy style. So it was really, really nice. And we still smile and talk about it still today. But I want part 2 for that because it's really educational and it was very helpful for others to hear the panel.
Absolutely. This is where you're speaking at the conference.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Things that our human rights blossom into the word, from our born rights that we have, and then human rights, how we exercise it. It's real as long as you exercise it the right way.
This is the Moorish Governance, Birthright, and Nationality Claim Conference, May 18th, 2024 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A political mechanism of restoring the domestic and international politics to protect and secure the common good of our people, both conscious and unconscious Moors, and to serve as a caretaker and voice for them among the family of nations. So this is what since the conference, you have definitely been facilitating this agenda, and you'll continue to do that even much stronger. This platform that we're doing tonight, will actually catapult you, to greater heights and a much greater connection with your network, with your growth and development, your shift in your paradigm, and we'll talk more. You'll go into that as you read the various slides. So I'm definitely excited, to be working with you. Uh, for 14 months, to have been working with you for 14 months, and to moving forward and and seeing your growth and development over the past 14 months, and where you and then also projecting and envisioning, you know, your further growth and development. Next one is all right. So this is the Moorish Investigative Research Committee, sponsors by the Moroccan Post School of Government and International Law and the Moorish Union of Sovereign Tribes. So this is Louisa. You see here, she's on this committee. This committee was started in when was this? It's right. Started, I think, in June of last year. All right. Louisa she is on the committee of the Human Rights Nationality for Our Children National Campaign, along with myself, Brother Quasi Ill, Sasha Ill. We have Raheem Allah Bay. We have Ricky Sanders Bay, Okono Sokofo Bay. Israel is on the committee, and Chiefess Israel, and they're on the committee. This is the Human Rights Nationality for Our Children National Campaign. And we have here Louisa, the Mongo International Advisory Liaison, Kwanzaa for Harlem Committee, African Framers Committee, Community Board, Scientific Community Outreach, and among many others, as you'll see. We can't put all of them on there. All
That's
right.
more than enough.
Yes. All right. I want to read this and I want you to go further into the relationship. Louisa Flores is with Queen Mother Dr. Tutu Musa Diallo, founder and president of Grace Leadership Foundation. One of the programs is the NGO Youth with Elders Development and Entrepreneurship. How did y'all meet?
Um, we started having like community private meetings with others who want to move forward for New York City. So that's all 5 boroughs, even Staten Island. So we started having a lot of those little private meetings for many prestigious leaders, and she's one of them. With other doctors, principals, people who run their own private schools, um, uh, political leaders, people who make sure that people's insurance coverage is on the up and up and they're not getting, ripped off, those type of investigators, and kings and queens from Africa. So she kept attending, and any event or any meeting that I correspond with her for her to attend, she will actually show up with her husband. Unfortunately, her husband is now in a hospital, sad to say, but she's always was traveling and being a part of what we wanted to do to bring forward to help our community um, secure and be better for human rights. She's also um, have multicultural events as well for women empowerment. Um, let's protect our children for human rights. So she's in the Nigerian house on the regular and attending to the United Nations. She also is a beautiful mother and grandmother for when I know someone, when something comes to my attention that someone needs real help and support, something very private or personal, serious things, and I feel she's a good person to connect with them, she doesn't hesitate. If she sees them with me and I bring it up that they need help with something, she right away addresses it. I move out of the middle and then she deals with the people directly so it can stay private on whatever the matters is that they need help. So she actually did that even last week. And she's been a very good safe place for me to be with her. Very supportive, wise, and she's like us. She's going through, challenges as well and pain, and she's always have taken care of her husband. Where she goes, you saw her husband, and now she doesn't have a partner when she travels. But she also attends to one of my events that I invited her to, and she brought her sister, and her sister was not her side rider like her husband, but she became the driver for her. So it's a switch. She's in this position of switching positions. Now she gets to be driven around, and I've let people know to always pray for her and her husband because these are beautiful people. That's
I'm on mute. I just realized. Louisa Flores
me
with
thinking something on this end. Oh my goodness, you have a running right.
Oh no, I apologize. I just realized I was on mute. Yes, Louisa Flores with Queen Mother Dr. Dolores, let's remember her first name, Dr. Dolores Blakeley of Harlem, Florida, and founder and protector of the history of hip hop and the artist. Queen Mother Dr. Dolores Blakeley has put on hip hop concerts since the 1960s. Go more into the relationship. How did you meet Dr. Queen Mother Dr. Blakeley?
Well, I call her Queen Mother for Harlem. I used to be with Nollywood, and before, which is Nigerian, and Nigerian evil. They from north and the south, and they work hard a lot to work together here in America to make their country proud. They have a long history with the Christians and the Muslims. So here they wanted to have a foundation to blend and work together. So I was always in the center of that. Don't know how I got there. Don't know why they chose me. But we done a lot of great things. Independence Day parade. Um, Having centers from state to state, and especially in Queens here and in Brooklyn, and state to state all the way to Canada. So I traveled with them, but Mother, Queen Mother from Harlem was always there present. Every event, every meeting, the traveling, the conventions. It was mostly conventions with these guys. They do everything grand, big style. So when they give an event, your table stay full with food and bottles of drinks. Bottles, not cups, not little 16 ounce, the whole bottle of a variety of drinks. And I used to serve those kind of parties. They're not just parties, those are conventions. They're huge. And my daughter Naomi used to sing for them to open up the event. So she would sing the Star Spangled Banner, and then another song in the beginning that has to do with the theme of the event. And then my daughter would close it out. And Queen Mother from Harlem was always there treating us like we were her daughters, as we were her daughters. She protected us. She kept us close to her. Even now, all these events that just happened, the multicultural events from Harlem and in the Bronx, we even all over YouTube last month dancing in front of the stage while a real hip hop artist is performing, and he joined in with us dancing. But I got out of that one. I just I got back. Well, you see us on YouTube just dancing, and she's 80. She's in her 80s. She's always telling me her age, but she's in her 80s, and she moves like she's 25. So she's been my inspiration. She's always helping people. She's the one who started going to court to protect our music, hip hop music, and as well as our artists. She's the one of the main ones who challenge in court to protect them. And that's why she gives the biggest concert every year in the Bronx, which is coming up soon. And always at Yankee Stadium, they shut it down. And artists from all over, not just hip hop, but R&B, jazz, and leaders from all over the world want to be a part of it. She doesn't even have to, ask, would they come? They just flood in that they want to come. And even Yankee Stadium has a capacity number too as well. So things are already rolling. They already having meetings. Who's gonna perform? Who's gonna be the speakers? And who's gonna vendor this year? So if you want a vendor, please let me know, so that you get in there and not be a part of it this year and have a good time. And I was asked if I know any vendors, please. put in when they have the meeting, put their name in, and they see if they can fit with the huge event. So, it's of course no selling, no liquor, no alcohol, but healing and willingness things and handmade things, and they're looking for organizations that's working on it for themselves on their own to give them a chance to increase their personal economics. So that's what they're seeking for. Um, First handmade people who wants to grow their organization as far as selling any items that they are the original makers of. So I think that's awesome that they're seeking those kind of people, not already, the big organizations, but the small business people. So I'm glad they're supporting that.
All right. Awesome. What we have here, Louisa Flores with Dr. Angela Harris, CEO for Kings and Queens Black I Am Global Honoree Award. Tell us how you met
Now this
Dr. Angela Harris and how and your relationship with her.
this is the Black I Am Kings and Queens Worldwide Honorary Award. She is right now in Nigeria, about to give a 3-day weekend of honoring people in Nigeria, in Africa, for 3 days. So do you know how much of a spike? I have it upside down. Of a spike that is for their economy to boom, to have something like this for 3 days. So you're speaking of people will be happy that they are a part of it. Dr. Harris, I was introduced to her. Well, she asked about me because a friend, Bibi Ali, my girl, she introduced her about me. So Angela Harris reached out to me herself. And I was surprised. And when she reached out to me herself with her husband at that, I love that. Teamwork, partnership. And they say our Moorish people are not human, that we don't do things in a loving family style. So I love that her husband and her was together speaking to me for about 3 hours just to get to know me. And she reached out to me because she wanted to honor me. She said she sees so much about me. She's been watching me, and I was privileged and felt so warm in my heart that my sister Bibi Ali had nominated me for her to recognize me and give me an award. Well, Dr. Harris gave me plenty awards. Um, and then after she showered me year after year, 3 years straight, she said, "Who you wanna honor?" And it was so many that year that I put into honor that the show went way over. It went way over. The show went way over live, and everyone was happy to stay late. And it's just been growing from there beautifully. Because now her honorary worldwide award for Kings and Queens is everywhere now. Everywhere. It's not just East Coast. It's not just Atlanta, where she lives and she has a studio. She has her landmark there. Her organizations are there in Atlanta, Georgia. And she's a beautiful lady. She's a beautiful woman. Excuse me, woman. And she has beautiful daughters that actually helps her run her organization worldwide. Her children help her. And I love that. and she has a nice big support group, close knit, and you see them working out everything, like, beautiful and professional. You would think she hired them from an organization, and no, those are her family. It's her family. It's a beautiful thing, and people can learn a lot from her. And she has also panels for men and women, speaking about relationships, marriage, and love, those type of topics, which Paul Brown was a part of, and he just knocked it out of the park when he was speaking about marriage and love. And everyone was listening very closely when he spoke. Everyone wanted to hear what was the next word he had to say. The room was still, and this was at the United Nation House down on 46th Street. Beautiful. Um, I can't say, there's no ending to talk about Dr. Harris. She just want to give everyone their flowers. She does do her homework if the person is worthy for flowers. She does take her time doing her homework. So it's not just picking any old one, a quick, for her just to look good or shine. No, she does her homework, and she also have conversations with people who know you in different diversities, different angles, different backgrounds. She wants to see if the person is really have their heart into taking care of humanity. So that is her thing. The person must be taking care of humanity for some time, not just yesterday, but lifelong. That's your home base don't even recognize you. And that's what BB Ali was explaining to me, that she's been with, our core people here in New York, and they never gave her any recognition, even though she's done so much. And she's a writer too. This is BB Ali book. She's a writer, and she speaks about the soil, and this is about her life. But BB Ali does it for real. She has land in different locations, different countries, that she has grown soil to feed the homeless children, and to grow to build school on the soil, so the children can live there, um, go to school to learn for education, and hands-on learning on how to feed yourself, how to grow from the seed, like she grew up, as she did. And BB Ali nominated me for Dr. Harris, and ever since then, Dr. Harris has been in my life. We feed off each other. We are peers, and we just keep each other accountable, and we give each other great, great energy, positive chi, positive energy. So I'm glad that I'm very happy for women of power using their intelligence to guide their power in great avenues to help others as well in humanitarian way. So that's being responsible and accountable of taking care of your brothers and sisters the way you can in your own lane. You're not stepping on other people's toes. You're not taking any other people's ideas and being don't know how to deliver. No, these are women who are doing and giving in their own lane, but they understand collectively how to work together, because all involved wants to work together. So everyone stays in their lane and still shine on their own individually. And I love it. I'm like, about time.
All right, that was wonderful. And in fact, BB Ali accepted my friend request 2 days ago. There was the parade yesterday, the Guyana, whatever the parade they had in, I think was in the Bronx. Is that the Bronx? They had,
um, Brooklyn.
Little Guyana, they call it.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Oh,
It's
Brooklyn. All right.
and they have Queens too. It's like near the borderline there.
All
It's
right.
big parade, and they had I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there, but I got caught in traffic in another state trying to get into New York. So I missed the whole thing. And even for the event, they give events right after. So it's party, food, beautiful, delicious food, and entertainment. So I did, yeah. Me and my
She works
girlfriend,
closely with
um,
Sherry Williams. Sherry Williams always also accepted my friend request.
great,
Yes.
great, great.
All right. So we'll go to the next slide. All right, co-host. Louisa Flores is co-host and correspondent of the WMCJL TV Worldwide Network News, Business, Arts, Culture, Entertainment. The founder, Matakuvu El Bay. Louisa Flores is lifetime mentor. Also, we have Nakeem El Bay. Louisa Flores is a longtime mentor.
Yes,
Nakeem Bey was also a keynote speaker at the Moorish Political Unity Conference on May 18th in Philadelphia last year.
yes, yes. And he's awesome. He's always at the United Nations, having meetings everywhere, to move forward with the he's part of many organizations, but I like to keep those kind of men, I like for them to stay safe. So I don't say too much about what is it they're doing, but they've been my mentors for years. Makakulo Bay is the one who pushes me to move forward and not stand still, to keep moving. I can talk to him like Akil Rose. Akil Rose, he supported for years. Akil Rose looked up to Makakulo Bay because Makakulo Bay always gave him the history of who we are and the healing of what can we do for ourselves in our community, including the language for drum. The language that is not for drums is not just music, it's also a language. So Mako Kubo Bay used to always open those shows live that we march for Mother's Day Parade, Father's Day Parade. We used to have 4 African Day parades here in Harlem, and as well as the festivals that we ended in Marcus Garvey Park. So in Marcus Garvey Park, Marco Polo Bay will open up the show with his drum, educating the audience on what this sound means and when you play certain rhythm, what it means. And then he will give a healthy workout. Everyone has to stand up, and he gives a healthy workout for people to follow him with the releasing that negative energy so that the positive energy can enter from your head to your toe. So he used to perform that every time so that the people will be feeling better, become more alive, bring back the air, the breath back into the body so the body can heal. And he gave also a little history about our solar system, our stars, and who we are as Moors. And people loved it. I used to force my elders to come, wheelchairs and all, and then have the young ones, the children and the youth, and my neighbors be a part of the parade and enjoy the festivities and have the youth always serving the elders right in front of the stage so they wouldn't have to get online. So I've been doing that since my grandparents taught me that since growing up. So I'm just carrying on what my grandparents taught me. All 4 of my grandparents gave me a full upbringing, and my parents reinforced it. really reinforced it. So it's do or die. You didn't have a choice to go a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, or you would die, literally. So I was not challenging my elders whatsoever, but it works. It keeps everyone healthy, safe, and happy. It works when you nourish your people through food, healthy food, and good source resources of educating one another, uplifting each other with the mind. You know, our mind is significant. It never stops learning. That's why I said intelligence to no end. That is our purpose. We must, major purpose, we must continue on educating one another and keep that harmony growing, because that's why you get a lot of smiles and the energy is safe and comfortable. And when someone is not hungry and they're physically not in pain, we can learn. We can learn so much and get along better. So I digress. I digress.
All right. Awesome. As
Oh yes, right now the television station
mhm.
is an opportunity for those who want to do anything on a media, but you can also have an economic growth. So anyone wants to know about that in details, just contact me and
Mhm.
I will connect you to the correct source.
We can have how would they contact you? You want to put that information in the chat? Not you, brother. I mean, brother Anthony, brother Jonathan can put that information in the chat. When you know how they can contact you. You want to or give them your contact information, email.
I'm on the
YouTube chat?
yeah, I'm in the YouTube channel.
Okay.
He'll put in the chat. All right, Jonathan.
And,
Brother
and
Jonathan will put in the chat.
yeah,
He's the production crew.
that's right.
He's doing a wonderful job. I see him taking pictures of you. I need those pictures.
We're all gonna come up and serve.
It's so funny because that modeling agency keeps calling me, and I'm like, how did they get my number? And there's a real modeling agency. I just did deal with them back in the days for the children, you know, for
All right.
magazine things. Yeah, I'm like, I'm older, and they reaching out to me.
All right. Yeah, he's doing. I see. I love the background. Jonathan, you're doing it up, man, with your production, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man, for thank you for lending a hand, brother.
Can you say your phone number so I could write it down?
917-321-8466.
All right. Yeah, he's going. Jonathan put it in the chat.
Yeah.
It's in the YouTube chat.
It's in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, the YouTube chat. Yes, in the YouTube chat. All right. So we'll go to the next one. All right. Louisa Flores is with Mayor Eric Adams of New York City. Talk about your relationship with Mayor Eric Adams.
Well, he used to work at the 2A precinct, where I've always been working there for all the community, NYPD, and law enforcement community programs, free programs that educate and support people to start all over, get back on their feet or start on their feet, and the children, for the youth as well, for them to have a better direction than, just hanging out in the street, something more educational, productive, structured, and it gives a good cutout for the future. Like it has my oldest son and and because this is the first, my oldest son and his best friend, which is my girlfriend's first son as well. So when I saw it work, and it worked, and how it stood with them all the way to now. One is in the Army, One is they both in the service in different divisions and different states at that. So you see at the beginning it's beautiful because you see them a leader, but not a boasting leader. And I did have them both in karate school with the group with Marco Koval and Dr. Shocker when they had theirs in the Bronx. And then they expanded everywhere else, including Brooklyn. But that's a long time ago. But I saw that it gave them the structure to become leaders within the community NYPD programs. And those programs go so far, and it goes with you as an adult, all the way to when we even gave a beautiful funeral for Floyd. Officer Floyd was a pillar of our community. He supported the women's issues, the men's issues, the homeless issues, the elderly issues. He was everywhere. And my children were young, and he's like, you over here too? And you doing the women's thing too? And you talking to this guy here too? Because he tried to keep people off the street and guide them to, programs that can help them move forward and support whatever their challenges are. So he knew so much. But I'm saying all this because at the end, when he passed away, leaders from the NYPD, leaders, politicians from New York showed up at his funeral, conducted his funeral, marched his coffin in Harlem, marched his coffin, not put it in the car or the van or the hearse. They marched his coffin first into the street where he supported this homeless, not homeless, the elderly center, which the Canaan Church, landmark Canaan Church, what Deacon McGee and his family has always been running. We're very close, and we always work together for years in Harlem. And they had his funeral at the Canaan Church on 116th Street. Landmark. Beautiful. Upstairs, downstairs was full. And then we had the memorial also at the precinct, which was beautiful because we got to meet his family. Floyd Lloyd used to protect the outbreaks down south with Dr. Martin Luther King. And he's a real respectful veteran with a lot of medals. And he was part of those that you see on TV, holding down and marching and being challenged. He was a part of all that. And he came to New York with another woman that I was so proud to even work with, Ruby Wright. They came up to New York and also challenged New York for human rights and making sure the landmarks we have today, including Apollo Theater, they had a lot to do with that. So when Ruby Wright and Floyd went to Washington, D.C., they always had a good relationship, whoever was president. And I was so impressed because they took me along with them. I was so impressed. Floyd was a Democrat and Ruby Wright was a Republican. And I'm like, look, my family did the same. They did the same. They were bipartisan. They told the White House, we don't need to be with that type of game y'all play because all our families fought in all the wars against each other and their blood is in the soil and we still live here. So we don't need to be a part of no party for you to hear the people who still lives here and our blood is in the soil, including all the islands. We are not separate. And I know my great-grandparents knew, and my grandparents knew. You don't have to go to college to understand your own true history. You don't have to go to school to learn your true history. Like I did educate my children at home. But the mayor, Eric Adams, he always put justice. He always worked with us. He also supported Akil Rose. For anything Akil Rose did, Eric Adams was there. Even when he went to become the borough president of Brooklyn, he still was coming back to Harlem, being a part of all our events, even when we had it at Cytology on 125th Street. He also attended, but he was a part of the program. He spoke. And he stayed in my heart because he was respectful, decent, very polite. Even when others try to challenge him like they smarter than him, but you know, when you try to do that, you know that person is not smart. When they try to belittle someone else, you know, because they're doing it, they are not smart. And insecure maybe, but not smart. And he never lost his cool. But what touched me was when his mother was passing away, she had cancer, and he was working hard to try to save her. And he felt helpless that he couldn't save her. But he was in the hospital with her. He slept with her. He bathed her. Hands on was taking care of his mother because he didn't want her to die. He wanted her to stay. But he felt helpless that he couldn't save her. But then he, in return, the doctors, of course, told him, because it's hereditary and you got the same thing. So he became more conscious on how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how to sleep. Always challenge your brain, because your brain is the biggest muscle, not just the body, but your brain. You have to exercise your brain too, in order to stay healthy and live a longevity life, but enjoy it. Not just live long time, but also to be able to be physically enjoying it. So he shared that, and I never forgot it. I never forgot it because I am a caretaker. I put away my father, my grandmother, my godmother, and these were my pillars. These was my pillars. They made sure I was good. And I put all three back to back to rest, back to back. And I was not in a good state of mind. So I understood when he was going through with his mother. It was very touching to me. And it showed that he's human. He's a human being. He's not perfect. He's not supposed to be perfect. And anyone who thinks he's perfect, they need to wake up and look at themselves in the mirror. Because none of us is perfect. So you don't go turn your back on people, you know? Deacon, same thing. Beautiful man, loved his woman, loved his wife. And we turned our back on him too. And I was very saddened, very sad. And now look at our mayor here again, once again, one of our brothers. And look how he's being treated. And instead of protecting him, speaking up for him, and know all the homework, we are the majority of the people. We're supposed to support our mayors. We're supposed to do the work. Not this one person. We're supposed to protect him because he's working for us. He's working for New York. He's not working for himself. He's working for New York, the people of New York. So the New Yorkers, they supposed to help and support him and protect him and let him have his voice to speak for us. It's not the other way around. We elected him, so now we do the work to support him. You're not supposed, as soon as he get in, as soon as quote unquote he's in trouble, quote unquote.
You want to go to the next one, Louisa?
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right, we have the Worldwide Friends of L. Ron Hubbard, for Humanities, for Our Communities, Louisa Flores' Church of Scientology Mentors, Miles Parker and Adriana Clorizo.
Yes, Cloriso, Italiano.
It's Italiano.
Yes, these are beautiful people. They never say anything negative, and they keep me in check. They keep me in line in the most beautiful way of me being aware and learning myself to handle challenges in life more freely and more easily without um, without the stress. So that is why um, I they gave me a couple of pins. This is one of them. Grandized me as being L. Ron, a friend to L. Ron Hubbard. So they have courses there that when you take an assessment for yourself privately, then you see where you need to move on to get some studies more about how to handle certain things in life. And one of mine, oh yes, they gave me an award also. Not just a pen, but I was also
You did.
awarded.
This was this. I was at this event. This is in Bayhead. This was
Yeah,
at Bayhead, New Jersey. I was there September 8th, and I
yeah,
also received an award
yes, you
for
did.
human rights, a human rights educator,
He said,
human rights educator award. So I have a picture with both of them.
mm-hmm.
This was like,
Yeah.
so I was there. This is September of last year. Hmm.
The mayor for South Bay Shore, New Jersey Shore, yeah, the mayor was there as well. This event that we was in, that we got nominated, awarded, um, we put that in like 2 months ahead, and Miles Parker was asking me, what can we do for your people? What can we do for your friends? What can we do for this person, that person? I said, well, since I'm supposed to be accountable in this area to resonate and shine, who's been doing the work out here, I would like to award them. And he says, oh, sure, sure, sure. How are we going to do it? So as we talked about it, he just put it all together, and I just had to keep giving him the names, and that was it. He took care. Him and his wife, and two more, and the mayor, and Maximus, they took care of everything else. I just had to make sure everyone was coming. And you came all the way from Philly, and I was so happy that you made it. I was very excited to see you there. And you got to meet a lot more prestigious and great leaders from all over the world, right? That
Yes,
day, right?
yes,
And
yes.
this is the course that I took, overcoming ups and downs in life course. You know, I've been in fires, you know, I've lost a lot, everything, had to start all over. I have floods, you know, and it's not because of you or anyone that lives in the household, it's because of how the city is built. And they never fix it. Even now, people are looking for better places to live because now the buildings and the houses are crushing down, coming down, they're falling apart. The structure in New York is really not sturdy at all. So, you know, people has been losing a lot, and me losing family back to back constantly since 2004. Um, Found and had to verify dead bodies that's burnt from head to toe. You know, I went through all those things, and people look at you and say, "Don't even think you went through anything," because I'm like, it's my birthday too. So why am I sitting in a restaurant when everybody else is getting serenaded and they getting, you know, happy birthday songs with a little cake and candle, and the people I'm with ain't even doing the doggone thing for me. I'm like, well, what if I'm celebrating my birthday? It's my birthday.
Hmm.
And it never dawned on them to do it. So I'm saying that people They see your energy and your vibrancy, and they don't think you ever need help. They don't think that they should support you in any kind of way, including singing happy birthday to me. You ask for any little thing, they think you don't need it. But if you do ask someone for something or about something, and you don't usually ask, it doesn't dawn on them that you really need their assistance. That is why I love the people that I said are my mentors, and because they are aware of life. They are aware of no one is perfect and everyone needs support, regular basis, or sometimes, or once in a blue moon. But we are human and we do need to give, not just come around people to take.
Well,
Not just
we want to go into the other slides, and you'll because all that's in your upcoming slides.
That's what ups and downs is about, how to handle challenges in life.
All right, here you're the New York Auxiliary Recruitment Day. You have just talk briefly.
Okay, that is
38 years you've been a recruiter for law enforcement in New York City.
Law enforcement, Boy Scouts, and Girl Scouts as well. Yes. Anything to get the children, to help support the children off the street. I will even go to the basketball court, the playground, the projects, and say, hey, you want to have some fun? You want to join a program? Come. We have an opening, and there's food and cake. So they will come with me to the precinct. This photo here is at one of the Back on My Feet programs, and those directors asked me, what can I do for people getting back on their feet, and others who never had any career of any job, and even to volunteer. So I asked those who can hire, who's looking to hire, to come and be a part of an expo, career expo. So this was on 125th Street. So I used to do the east side and the west side. And we will have these expos, and professionals come and interview the students and the other programs that's in the building so they can get a fresh start.
All right, we're going to go to the next slide. All right, you and I, and this was on January 19th. You and I were co-hosts of the Harmony Fed Expo, Dr. World Group, on behalf of the World Conference of Mayors through the RISA Initiative, presents the Harmony Fed Expo, and you and I served as the co-hosts.
Yes.
This was at the Brownsville's Heritage House in Brooklyn.
Yes. Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yes. So that was a beautiful event. It was bringing people who want to move forward, principals, coaches, politicians, people who even own a library or a museum, people from different walks of life, of economics, business people, and those who sells the healing herbs, and vendors, I should say vendors. And we had a healing music by Ali.
And Kazim, Brother Kasim
Ali.
Kasim Ali, yes.
He teaches how to release stress from the body and heal through music and singing. So he will sing in English and then teach you how to sing it in Spanish. And then
Spanish. Yep.
so
Hmm.
when we went to one of the free trips that I give with cytology to L. Ron Hubbard's museum, that is also educational. Well, he serenaded us and sung the with a guitar, and they had a house in the museum, so they allowed him to play it, and he was singing in English, and I was like, no, 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 in Espanol sounds far better. But we have also people from from out of the country, different countries, was attending to us, like Ghana and Ivory Coast, and
Hmm.
um, so, and Venezuela, swelling was there too. And so he sung in Spanish and they sung in French. I don't know who sung in English, but the French and the Spanish was really good to my ears. And
Hmm.
it was a beautiful thing before we left that he serenaded us and played, live instrument, but everyone was happy and no one did not want to leave. They even ran to the beach and was staying at the beach. So we was like 2 hours late. We never done that before. It was 2 hours late getting back to New York, but everyone had a beautiful time and they all was multicultural from different countries. So it was a beautiful thing.
All
So
right.
this was similar where he did performing at this event. And we got to speak more about Moors, the history of Moors, and everyone's background, where they came from, and what they want to bring to the forefront together moving forward. So Rosa put that really beautiful, and I love the security crew, top notch, very good. And then we had the chief from the chemic exercise, and we all participate with the chemic exercise with Barry. So
Hmm.
Barry did a great job. Everyone's giggling and laughing at themselves, but they all felt better after his exercise. So he did
Hmm.
a very good job of making sure they was able to follow him because he's a real master. So he did a great job. Everyone enjoyed it.
All right. We'll go to the next one. So this was at the same event. These pictures. All right. This is Jonathan. He's there. This is Jonathan is with Jonathan is standing between Louisa and Rahim Allah Bey. He's there with Louisa now. He's doing the production.
And
You heard
he
it. You heard
covered
his voice.
everything. He covered everything that night.
Hmm. And then we have on the far left we have Riza. Riza was he is you see Riza Initiative. So he was so we have myself and then we have Brother Haru of Lions Man's right CMOS. Lions
Mhm.
Mains CMOS. Lions Main CMOS. Brother
And
Haru.
yeah, natural, very natural,
Oh yes. Oh delicious.
delicious. And he gave the whole house constant drinks of
Hmm.
the
Samples, yes. Hmm.
yes, constant, nonstop, and it was delicious. And everyone was making sure that he knew it was delicious.
Yes.
Please.
And so you see the banner, the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. All right, there's a T-shirt. Louisa's wearing. Louisa has the T-shirt on now. She has it on in the photo. I have mine on, and Brother Rahim Allah Bey. We are all part of the Human Rights Nationality for Our Children National Campaign Committee, along with Brother Quasi Ill, Sasha Ill. We have Sasha Ill, Ricky Sanders Bay, Brother DuPont.
And
Yeah.
most of the group went to the Human Rights Summit last summer. They
Yes,
all,
Raheem was there. Ricky Sanders Bay was there, but DuPont was there at the Human Rights Summit. That was the 18th annual Human Rights Summit at the United Nations building in June of last year.
yes. So we're getting ready for this year.
We're getting ready for this year. Yes. Raheem is a human rights defender of the Human Rights Commission. He's a human rights defender of the International Human Rights Commission.
Yes.
Yeah, we go to the next one. You see us. You'll see another photo. We at the Brownsville's Heritage House in Brooklyn, New York, promoting the national human rights nationality for our children national campaign. Here's the banner. Declaration of the Rights of the Child, Principle 3 of the United Nations, 1959 United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Child. Principle 3, every child at birth should have right to a name and nationality. Black, Negro, colored are not nationalities of anyone on this planet. They're not, have no tie to ancestry, pedigree, national origin, descent, clans, tribes, emirates, kingdoms, empires. There's no tie. Those names, black, Negro, colored. All right, so we'll go to the next one. All right, so we're also, these were others that were there at the event on January 19th this past year. I said, once again, Louis and I were co-hosts of the event. I had a great time, Yes. In fact, my Eagles beat the Rams that day. I have to throw that in. My Philadelphia Eagles beat the Rams that day to go to the NFC National Championship game against the Washington Redskins, which we defeated them in 55-20 something. Yes, that's the same day. It snowed that day. It snowed later on in the afternoon. We stayed until 9? And we got out of there by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it wasn't even snowing. And Rojas made sure everyone got home safely. He's a very good driver. And you were speaking about the UN, Dr. Tutu. I'm gonna repeat. She is the founder and president of Grace Leadership Foundation, which I am a part of with the UN, with the United Nations there as well.
Yes,
So,
I'm glad you said.
so I have we have yearly passes for it. So we get to speak on the forums when we attend at the United Nations. So I thank Mother Tutu for asking the right questions and to make sure that things continue and it grows. And that's a woman who always addressed the important things. So like our brother as well as Nakeem Ali. He asks the right questions, he makes sure things are growing and moving forward. And they seem to see very clear on things that's going on for them to address. Like Adriana, she's the same from cytology. Adriana just like can see someone and seem like she knows what's going on, and she asks questions, and she keeps asking until you open up. But you know me. So you can keep asking, say a word. But the thing is that they know is the important thing. They're paying attention, like my godmother did, and like my grandmother did, and like my father did. This is why I'm so like energy close to them. We talked about my mentors, but I didn't talk about Abdullah Bey. Abdullah Bey doesn't know that I brag about him all the time. I let people know he's doing his thing and he is focused on educating the world. He is not, he can do so many other things that he's very good at. But the one thing he
You there? Can't hear you. Jonathan. Is she frozen? Ah, yes. Peace, everyone. We just want to wait till she'll. Peace. So she'll be till we wait till them to get back on. Those who are just joining us, or this is Louisa Flores. She is She was one of the keynote speakers at the Moorish Political Unity Conference on May 18th, 2024, here in Philadelphia. The day's presentation is her being as a conduit of facilitating Moorish nationality, Moorish history, and Moorish political unity education. And so she's been talking about. So let's wait for her to get back on. Louisa is a conduit network vehicle that she's created the space for over 40 years for the formation and expression of the will of the people, which is a fundamental principle to facilitating good government and the basis to political legitimacy. All right, so we're going to get her back on. We can see that her life experience has prepared her to be a network vehicle to facilitate Moorish nationality, Moorish history, and Moorish national political unity education for our people. All right. Brother Israel.
Peace, bro.
Peace. Can you put your camera on?
Yeah, hold on. Let me turn
Put your camera on. And as I go after call Jonathan, see what's going on. I talk about the upcoming course that we have.
All right.
The
Peace.
upcoming course, and I'll come back on. I want to see what's taking them so long. All right.
All right. Peace. Yeah. The next scheduled lesson for Moorish Midwest Educational Network, for the Moorish Midwest Educational Network. Let me see. Do I have that on here? Would be, hold on. It's every first and third Wednesday of the month. So where are we with it right now? Next Wednesday. So what's the date for that? The 2nd. Next Wednesday, April 2nd. That will be the next class for the Moorish Midwest Educational Network, where we will be breaking down, the United States Constitution as it is the continuation of European discovery, conquest, subjugation, and colonization of Moorish lands, and the subjugation of Moors, and how Article 4, Section 3, and the 14th Amendment are international law application of territorial sovereignty. So teaching about the territorial sovereignty that the United States exercises over Moorish lands, where they got that territorial sovereignty, how it was transferred via treaties by the previous colonial powers, i.e. Spain, France, England. So yeah, we need to know this information so we can know how to bring our claim, know how to bring the remedy to our problems. We have to know the proper application of the problems, so we can apply the proper application, of the remedy. Let me see. So the more about the Moorish Midwest Educational Network. Brief summary: these study lessons will help guide the Moors / blacks / black Moors / black Moors / blacks in analyzing and addressing the continued European discovery, conquest, subjugation, and colonization of our lands by the United States, and how the 14th Amendment is being used to maintain our subjugation in international law application known as the acquisition of nationality through subjugation and cession. So the acquisition of nationality is the acquiring of nationality. How did we acquire the nationality that we use today, or that's being thrown on us today, as far as Negro, Black, Colored, African American, or United States citizens? Let me sum that up. How did Moors become U.S. citizens? For better words. So how did Moors acquire United States citizenship? All right, that would be under subjugation. So it's kind of so. Article 4, Section 3 of the United States Constitution is how our Moorish lands are maintained and managed by the United States. So, just to make it clear, enforcing the United States Constitution is enforcing the continuation of European discovery, conquest, subjugation, and colonization of our Moorish lands, and the continued subjugation of Moors. That's what's one is enforcing that Constitution and standing on that. That's what they are saying.
Absolutely. I did check in with them. He's working to get back on, so they'll be on back on shortly.
All right.
Doing a good job, brother. Spitting. So those who are just joining us, Louisa Flores is my guest, and she is a conduit and network vehicle that has created the space for over 40 years for the formation and expression of the will of the people, which is a fundamental principle to facilitating good government and the basis to political legitimacy. You have, there's been conscious Moors who make a claim that they have a government, a national Moorish government, and they have 4 or 5 people. And there's been very little outreach and community building, community network. So Louisa has been, as you've been have heard her for the past hour and a half of her extensive network and community outreach, not just in New York, because her network extends beyond New York. As you've heard with her connections she has, they have international connections. All right, so here we go. Sister Louisa Flores is back in the house. Back in the house. So you were talking about Abdullah Bey. whoever this Abdullah Bey is. Who is this Abdullah Bey you were talking about?
You don't know that I've been bragging about you, and that's what I love to do. I love to brag about people's special personality, ingenuity, special what they give to others without even thinking. It's just them, how they give, how they deliver. And I brag about you because you never steps on anyone's foot that you know it all. You stay in your lane and you educate, educate, educate. Even the difficult people, even the difficult ones. And you just keep reiterating that message of that same topic. You don't even go off topic. You don't go all over the place like a person like me can, very easily does. And you just keep delivering it over and over. And then next thing you know, the person got it. The person is renewed and they old way is out and they new way is in. And I like that. I've watched many of your literature, your all over YouTube. I know the new ones everyone would love to see, but I like to see the very beginnings leading up to date, and I rewatch and I see how you touch people, different people's lives, and you're very good at it. And I have to commend you for that. You're not an elderly person. You're my age group. You're my peer, but you can run a whole show by yourself, a whole event, 4 hours deep by yourself, and you will have everyone engaged, and they don't want to leave the forum, but you have a specialty of delivering the education. I have those I saw, I witnessed, and watched. People even I know. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he got it wrong. All this, and I will say, what the heck are you doing? Who are you leading? Who are you educating? What are you educating right now? For me to be upset that I have to defend one of your brothers because you're putting clown on, and I'm saying to you, what are y'all doing? What are you teaching? But you're sitting up here bad-mouthing someone who's doing God's work, who's doing what he's supposed to do, which is educating the world to take care of humanity in its rightful direction, in its rightful place. You know, there's people who don't like to learn because they think they know everything, but yet your own people want to get in the way of progress. And you know I'm very boisterous. That's why I like my freedom of speech. When I see something, I do speak on it. I do not turn the other cheek, because that is a forum to let all the other listeners to say, stay into the light, keep learning, keep feeling better. When you learn more, your brain, your muscle, your brain, you open up that brain. You working the muscle, the biggest muscle is your brain. Don't you feel better? Don't you feel healthier? Don't you feel stronger and smarter? Well, keep going that route. Do not allow people to stop you from your personal growth. And people
Thank you.
don't have that specialty that you have. A lot of people don't. They would like to, they know knowledge, yes, but they can't deliver it well, that a whole forum will listen to you 4 hours and never get bored. You did it in parts. When I asked you to open up a show, you didn't know what you was doing, but you jumped on in there anyway and did it. You're all over YouTube too, also, and other medias, mainstream medias. I don't know the names of them, but they was video recording the whole thing. So I like when you came to New York and you did your thing, even in the park, even in the center, and they kept in touch with you and keep asking you to come to New York. So you're growing. You're getting the word out and you're growing. And you're doing great what you're supposed to do at your time to bring and enlightening people to understand and educate what was hidden, what was lost. I say many times to those with the double master's degrees, they're young and older, different age group, but we have these conversations, these private Oh, we can't.
With your phone, you Israel.
You can't. Me?
No, Israel.
Okay. We have these private forums, even recently, where people from different countries, not just here, feel that we cannot educate people who are not interested or don't want to learn or can't learn or have no interest. And I'm hearing them speaking in their logic and their understandable way. They speak lectures, they speak worldwide, even in Europe. So I said to them, what about Haiti? Haiti is the most poorest, and they make sure of that, suppressing them. They don't get to go to school. Majority of them don't get to go to school. But yet they know their pedigree, they know their sorry, I'm getting distracted over there. They know their history, they know their language, they know where they're connected to, Africa, what countries, who are their sisters and brothers in Africa. They are the first island to free their people, and not only that, get others to pay for their trip on the ship to go back to Africa to rekindle their people and their history. They didn't get to go to college. How come they changed laws? How come they did great movements that other islands could not do and did not do? But Haiti did it first. And most of them never reached college, because most of them still today are getting shot dead and chopped just to get some freedom, just to get more clean water, just to get food. Still today, and still they rise. Still they intelligent to know who they are and their language. So as leaders like Abdullah Bey, he's educating. That's how you know. That's how we know. We have to educate each other the truth, not how we want to see it, not how we think, oh, that's how she thinks, or that's how Abdullah Bey sees. No, it's truth, and you can find it. There's nothing made up. It's real. So when we pass that to each other and keep that knowledge and keep that truth, you can't be moved. You can't be lost. The generations can't be lied to. So you're doing greatness that people can't see, because our sisters and brothers, because they're not saying it, then it's not true. But yet you'll catch them mimicking things you have said. You'll catch them trying to lead the same information and knowledge on their platforms and their events, but they won't give you, they won't give it, they won't say, oh, I got it from Abdullah Bey, because he's a young Black brother who don't know what he's talking about. He's all made up. But if they travel and attend to the real people on their travels who live in that soil for generations, they will see the truth. They will learn the truth, because they know the people, the real people of the land. They will learn and hear their true stories that they have, that is not in the books.
Mm-hmm. We want to move on to the next. Hank, we're gonna need more time. We got some, and we try to keep it under 2 hours. We're gonna need some more time. Israel, we're gonna move to the next slide. Doing a wonderful job, wonderful job. This is at the Brownsville Heritage House. You see here, Louisa Flores is promoting the Human Rights Nationality for Our Children's National Campaign on January 19th, 2025 at the Harmony Fed Expo. We talked about that Louisa talked about that program. So we'll go to the next one. This is the banner, the Declaration of the Rights of the Child banner. It has International Year of the Child, 1979, 20 years later, as I said, 1959, the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Child. The child shall be entitled from birth to a name and nationality. So 1979 is the International Year of the Child. So you have Brownsville Heritage House. This is a section of the library. Right to the next one. This is Miriam Robinson. Miriam Robinson with Louisa Flores. She is the director of the Brownsville Heritage House. I got a chance to meet her for the first time in January of last year. I actually did a lecture. Sister Pacola Kusar Il and Brother Heb Il hosted me at the Brownsville Heritage House, January 2024. That was my first time at the Heritage House. And then a year later, Louisa Flores and I hosted the Harmony Fed, which was January of this year. These are others that were at the event. You saw them in the other photo, standing in front of the banner. Brother Jonathan again standing next to Sister Louisa. Sister Monique, Louisa's one of Louisa's closest friends, is there. Sister Monique Berry.
She's trying to get on.
And who's trying to get on?
Monique
Monique's trying to get on where?
on the platform.
She got. I sent her the YouTube link.
Oh, she texts me. She says, "I'm trying to get on." That she's been trying to get on.
Oh wow! And Diva texted me too. I don't know what to do. I mean, just wow. It's.
I gave them the same thing. They just gotta tap it and that's it.
You gave them the YouTube link, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I did too. I sent them the link. I sent them the YouTube link. All right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that one. I don't know what to do.
Right. Keep it going.
Yes. Next
That's
one.
where I was getting these calls coming through. Yes. Next one.
All right. This is
Yes. That's Mother Unity.
Mother Unity I've known at the class, the Moorish History and Heritage class at the National Black Theater. She used to attend the class. That's where I met Mother Unity. She's one that's standing to the left, Louisa. And she was the food vendor at the event, Harmony Fest, January.
Yes.
So we'll go to the next one.
Food. Wait.
Yes, go ahead.
Food. So, and her natural drinks as well. They taste delicious.
Yes, so natural. Yeah.
Yes. See, Mother Tutu's always been with Dr. Shaka Zulu on all his events, and in this photo right here. At this time of that photo, her mother had just passed away.
Yes, that's right. She sure did. Thank you for that. Thank you. This is the same event, Brother Kazim. Brother Kazim, he is the second on the left. He's the second one from the left, going from left to right. That's Brother Kazim. He's wonderful, using healing through sound. This is Louisa had spoken about him. It's Brother Kazim. Brother Barry, Brother Barry's standing next to me. He also he's the karate specialist black belt, and he gave the breathing exercise. So what I did was, in between each speaker, Brother Raza wanted me to talk about, the science or history, and so Barry talked about the science, the breathing, gave breathing exercise. So I gave the etymology of the word spirit, which means breath, spirituality. So Barry actually gave an exercise of spirit. That is spirituality. Spirituality is what Barry did. So I actually put the word and identify what Barry was giving us. That's spirituality. Putting your hands together, saying a bunch of words, that's not spirituality. That's not spirituality. Saying a bunch of words that they call prayer, that's not spirituality. Spirituality was what Barry was doing. The word spirit means breath. The spirituality is the quality of breathing, systematic breathing. That's what Gary. So those are the type of things that I was doing as the co-host.
And it also heals. When you have pain, it's good to breathe 32 times deep and out. Take your time. It heals your body.
And then when Kazim talked about the healing sound, so I went into the history that our ancestors used sound and pineal gland resonance for healing, to lift boulders, So I applied the history, the scientific knowledge, of that, and I did that throughout the program.
The sound gives us energy, the vibration of energy.
And so we'll go to the next one. All right, this was in September 8th at the Bay Heads, at the Vine House, L. Ron Hubbard's house. This is where we received our certificates.
Now, L. Ron Hubbard's home is a landmark, a private landmark, and it's a museum, and it's set the same way since the 1950s. Since 1950, set the same way, and it's a home, and it's private. So we give free tours there, and so you can. It's an educational. It's breathtaking, and I call it also healing because it's fresh air, beautiful environment, private, it's quiet, and your brain is being exercised with brand new information of a legacy that a person left for humanity. It's for humanity. So yes, and I do serve lunch too there.
You got the one in the black. Is that Mitchell? Is that who's the one that's in the?
Which is my children's godfather. And the Mitchell family, the Mitchell brothers and sisters do great things, like his brother Billy Mitchell, the face and voice of the Apollo Theater since 1939, still there, still running and going. And Reggie is a veteran. He also, even when he retired, he also still had his troops going out to all the mass destruction and rescuing people from different disasters, even after they retired. And times they didn't come back with everyone. So Reggie and his troops, and we also had the Masons. They have a group together, the Masons group from New York division. They Brothers in Recovery, as well as Ask Reggie, the Voice of Harlem radio station, and the Circle of Brothers, and the Emergency Harlem Network. And so I work with all of them in those groups. But when he saw that he was going to be nominated, because he said, I ain't going down south no more, I'm not going to New York no more. I said, well, you gotta attend to this one because it's a special event. And well, when he came, he says, oh, I'm gonna pick you up, Louisa, where are you? I was like, oh, okay. And he picked up 2 other people. So he had a wonderful time. So Reggie is a bona fide hands-on, and he's a MC as well. And he also does private empowerment speaking at events to help people, support people to stay clean. And he also is a mentor to boys, young adults, and men. So he's on call 24 hours if someone needs to talk to him, and he will answer. So he's there. Right now, yeah, so he's been doing great work and for years, nonstop, renewing himself.
We're gonna move on right along. We got more.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Brother Quasi L and I put together this. I wrote this newspaper article, empowering our communities with the knowledge of the daily application of the political presence of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. You see here we have this picture on the bottom left was taken at the Kwanzaa event in Harlem on December 27th, 2024. You see we have Louisa Flores, Brother Ibrahim Abdullah Bey. Who's the pastor? I forget his name.
Deacon. Let me pull his name up right now, so I won't say the wrong name. Bedford. Deacon Bedford.
Deacon Bedford. All right, good. And then so good. So we'll go to the next slide.
But Deacon Bedford has always been a pillar in our community for years. He has helped many families, and thank him all the time. I keep him in my prayers. We was at the Masons Veterans just this Saturday at his house at the church, same church, with Reggie and his Mason lodge with the veterans. Just his annual fundraising was just this Saturday.
Oh,
and
awesome.
It was beautiful. Packed.
I hear this is my Facebook page that I promoted on January 24th, promoting the Human Rights Nationality for Our Children National Campaign on January 19th, 2025 at the Harmony Fed Expo at Brownsville Heritage House in Brooklyn, New York. The 1959 United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Child, Principle 3, every child at birth shall have right to a name and nationality. We go to the next one. These are more pictures promoting the National Human Rights National Campaign for Our Children National Campaign. These pictures were taken. We saw these pictures earlier. All right, next one. This is promoting I posted these pictures on my Facebook page, promoting the national campaign. All right, we have here Mrs. Louisa Flores Saka, born in Women's Harlem Hospital, was put up for adoption. She was raised in Harlem. She was raised in Harlem, New York City. You want to read this, Louisa?
No, thank you.
All right. She was raised in Harlem, New York City by 4 beloved grandparents. Also, much later, with her parents separate homes. Parents separate homes in the Bronx, and in Harlem. Her great mentors who made a huge part in her life besides her 4 grandparents, Jerry Worley, Billy Mitchell, Akil Rose, principles from Harlem. Jean Rojas or Vivian Castillo, Father, is that Father Elliott, former Mayor Dickens, Gregory Hines, Mr. and Mrs. Hargore, how you pronounce
Woolley,
Woolley, Woolley, and more influential souls made her what she is today to serve in humanitarian by using universal principles of laws for all to strive happier for survival in our home called Earth. Survive from multi tragedies and short losing all properties being destroyed by fire. You did talk about this. Renewed her life twice over again from abusive relationships. Kept children close with all through challenges, starting over and accomplishments. Protecting children and grands and family members and many others by using our human rights in courts of law, medical law, schools, medical facilities, and people principles that could not be manipulated. From this systematic dehumanization, building treatments of practices. For following her grandparents' footsteps, she raised 23 children and youth in the home for 16 years. Go to the next one. So this is in the eye, though. This is for you to read.
Is it that one says
You can't see it?
Well, I know I have this one here is how can I be a conduit in facilitating and restoring the Moorish nationality consciousness.
No, you see what's on the screen. Do you see what's on the screen here?
No, that's too tiny.
Get closer to the computer.
I have.
You don't see that? I've been following?
Yeah. And I don't think it can go on my phone.
I've been following. You see that?
One second.
All right.
1 second.
It's not on the screen. All right, so I want you to read this.
Okay.
You see it? It's not on the screen?
Yes, it's on the screen.
All right, do you see it?
Okay. I've been following my above village of guidance to carry at the same time to pass the torch to the next generation in real life time, having the youth to witness and to participate all that I do. So when you're working and doing the work, you have to have the youth with you so they can witness it all without you dictating or having to just keep talking and talking. They're not going to talk. They're going to learn better by watching and being a part of it all. So you have to bring them with you.
I agree with that.
Visionary, innovator, supporter, and enriching our communities and families through using tools, education, nutritional health, holistic healing, teaching intelligence, and challenging unfair practices and laws. Long-term supporting and collaborating in the innovative ways to empower empowering and strengthening our communities and families together with other Black on Black organizations like the famous Apollo Theater, Brothers in Recovery, the Circle of Brothers, Mama Gospel for Teens, and more. Brothers, charities, political campaigns, candidates, New York City Emergency Team Services, NYPD, community program, churches, and businesses through the free programs, careers, and much needed services throughout New York City. Next. Okay, there you go. You just have to swipe it up. Okay. Just swipe it up. Okay. I am a leader of mobilizing volunteers to support and enrich our Harlem and New York City programs, holistic welfare, productive educational activities, community events, supporting several addressing dehumanization to protect mistreated citizens and victims, administer recruitment and organize workshops for community services to sustain group events, ceremonies, and network opportunities, teams to support vital charity, community outreach, food, clothes, shelter, education, employment, other vital needs. And it doesn't have to go in that order, but food has to be first because we can't do anything else if we're in pain and hungry for starvation. So we can take care of our soul, our womb, and our bellies first. Formal campaign manager and organizer for New York City District and lobbyist. New York City annual budgets to demand our fair share and elected former presidents. State to state, Bill Clinton, Mrs. Hillary Clinton, and later Barack Obama, former mayor Deacons, David and Deacons, Harlem's former and president district leaders, Ruby Wright, Charles Rangel, David Deacons, Perkins, Inez E. Deacons, Oz Sultan, and others. Supporting for State Senator Cardell Clare and Judge Michelle Sweeting. Our active New York City Mayor, of course, Eric Adams.
Next slide.
I open the phone, it's open. You put my history employment advocate, case manager, emergency evacuation leader, recruitment, administrative, hire and fundraising department. All below, including coordinate large collaborations of their annual major religious cultures. Whole agencies participated all year round. Health cook, budget manager, head daycare teacher, attend court cases, assist all clients by case apps, moving forward to be independent, back on their feet, into society. Also conducted arts and crafts, therapeutic classes, community and bus extra curriculum education, and fun trips. Advocate case manager, emergency evacuation leader, fundraiser, worked with the state and federal care law agency for all in case to receive the best service for their humanity. And that's including housing them in the right houses, right housing. Next slide. Oh, I'm not reading this out, but it sums up that Miles Parker from Cytology awarded me for lifetime achievement for community unity, for keeping connecting everyone together to work together in unity. So he awarded me. I know it may sounds I know it sounds much better if I read it out, but that sums it up.
That's
But
fine.
yeah, so next slide.
All right, Louisa Flores' speech.
How can I be a conduit and facilitating?
Conduit. Conduit.
How can I be a conduit in facilitating the restoration of Moorish nationality, consciousness, Moorish history, and Moorish political unity among our people along the East Coast?
That's in the slides. Wait, that's in the slides. Next slide. Yeah, you're just going to read the slides. That's that. The slides answer the slides will answer the question.
There's something else going on. It's a commercial. I don't know why this commercial came up. Yeah, commercial just popped up.
You accidentally hit something. For temporary sake.
Yeah.
Is it on the computer? It's not on the computer.
No, it's
1 second. Let's take that off for me. Okay. How can my paradigm shift over the past year be a beacon of light for my community outreach and network in New York and North Jersey? The shift in my the shift in my consciousness of associating natural pride with black having to be the nationality.
Having that's start again. The shift and start again.
The shift in my consciousness of associating national pride with black having to tie to the nationality, a national origin, a cultural identity, an ancestry, land rights, and a history to the universal principles of a people's national pride, being rooted in the knowledge of their ancestral nationality, cultural identity, and history will enable me to guide our people into the thinking of nationality and human rights. Francois Bernier, 1684, New Division of the Earth, Race, Pilgrim,
Paradigm.
Race Paradigm has
Indoctrinated. See that?
Indoctrinated our people into false thinking that black is an identity and that the word color is tied to identity of our people based on the light and dark complexion of our skin. As you know, now that the mass denationalization of our people with the humanizing legal fictions of Black, Negro, colored, African American, Indian, Latino is an act of genocide. This is a major issue that we have to get across to our people. Francois Bernard's 1684 novel Division de la Tres, New Division of the Earth, of classifying humanity as black, white, red, brown, and yellow is alive and well in United States policies known as the Race and Ethnic Standards for Federal Statistics and Administrative Reporting. Connecting human rights violations to statistical data. Statistical Policy Directive number 15. This directive emphasizes the importance of accurate and reliable data collections for government decision making. How can my membership on the Committee of the Human Rights, Nationality for Our Children National Campaign Aid and addressing to avoid for the inclusion of data?
To advocate, then addressing to advocate.
Addressing to advocate for the inclusion of data that specifically addresses the historical and ongoing impact of generations of systematic genocide, mass dehumanization, and mass denationalization of our people along the East Coast of America, US. Our people are void of national pride, which is the core value to having national standing. I'm Black and I'm proud. It's a stimulation of a false identity. It does not give us any national pride because it does not have any force of law behind it. Nationality is a human rights. It's a human rights subject, Article 15, Section 15 of the 1948 United Nations Declaration of Human Rights reads, everyone has a right to a nationality. Principle 3 of the 1959 United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Child reads, every child at birth shall be entitled to a name and nationality. UNESCO declared 1979 as the International Year of the Child. Black has no force of which guarantees protection. And
no force of law. Black has no force of law.
Has no force of law of guaranteeing protection. But this also shows when we have Juneteenth for the Year of the Child and have the youth also. They have it separate, youth and a child. The youth are children. They have it separate to celebrate each one, but yet we have festivals and parades for Juneteenth. And no one is speaking of the beginning of why it had to be passed by law and what does it mean for Juneteenth to have its own international law. They're not educating the children on details and in schools and festivals and parades. Why are you celebrating? Why is it a holiday now? Next slide. This is why we need to understand the heightening of words. Words and language tied to our national pride and national standing. National protection, which ultimately will give our people national security. Black is a fiction in law. It is a creature of legislation, but Black has no international law protection and human rights protection, thereby dehumanizing us and causing us to lose our human rights protections. The Black fiction has conditioned our people to accept the legal fiction through social engineering methods. How can I facilitate the education of the political application of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa to my network of community leaders who are involved in annual Kwanzaa celebration? Because Kwanzaa celebration of 7 principles are principles we should respect, and we should exercise each one individually for 52 days and apply it with our everyday life. Never mind that who started it wasn't a perfect person, because no person is perfect and everyone makes mistakes. But still, the principles, these 7 principles of Kwanzaa, should not be overlooked, disregarded, or disregard. It's still a way of life of us and our communities working together and celebrating something that we all can work together as universal law, starting with these 7 principles. I digress.
Next slide.
One of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, Ujamaa, collective work and responsibilities, is fundamental nature within any sovereign nation on earth. A collective responsibility.
What happened? You there? What? She there? Louisa. Hank, she not there? Israel.
Yep.
Is she there? What happened?
No, I don't see it on here.
Probably got overheated again. Oh, all right. So we gotta. All right. So let me read on. Kwanzaa is the fundamental nature, Ujima, collective works and responsibility. Let me see what's going on because it's better for her to read it. I'm gonna go get off and see what's going on. Israel, talk about the Moorish collective, the Midwest. Talk about the Midwest Educational Network.
All right.
You hear me? All right.
Yeah. Peace again. Peace again. So yeah, so there's the Moorish Midwest Educational Network study sessions. What we're going to be doing with that is preparing the Moors to run government through jurisprudence / legal philosophy, rule of law, due process, and constitutional self-governance. We are challenging the continuation. So we are challenging the continuation of European discovery, conquest, subjugation, and colonization of Moorish lands as maintained through Article 4, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution. Question: how did Moors/Black Moors/Blackamoors/Blacks become subject to the jurisdiction of the United States? Once again, through subjugation and through the exchanging of territorial sovereignty amongst the European colonial powers. So when the territorial sovereignty was transferred from one colonial power to the next, there's an application of law called acquisition of nationality that comes with that. So the citizens or the subjects of those said colonial territories or subject to those colonial powers, Spain, France, England, when those colonial powers transferred territorial sovereignty to the United States, the people came with it. So the people were transferred as well. So you have, read off a couple of treaties where they, are you back, Amber? All right, well, so land boundary cession treaties is how territorial sovereignty is transferred.
Yep. We're going. We got 15. We're going to wrap it up in 15 minutes. Go ahead, Louisa. We'll wrap it up in 15 minutes.
One of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, Ujamaa, collective work and responsibility. Fundamental nature within the sovereign nation on earth. A collective responsibility to ensure the public and private interests as it relates to human rights and diplomatic relations with our nation states in the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of State, Article 1, explains how we politically practice collective work and responsibilities as it relates to our lawful expression to ensure proper safeguards of our celebrations, festivals, ceremonies, rituals, education, cultural, food, supply, natural resources, state of peace, land claims, health care, homelessness, transportation, passports, etc. Examples of collective work and responsibility, and its operation is to the Chinese Constitution, the Japanese Constitution, the French Constitution, and the Nigerian Constitution. Systematic genocide, data on disparities in health, education, incarceration, and economic outcomes for Black population, mass dehumanization and denationalization, data on the physical and social impacts of systematic racism, including loss of cultural identity, historical trauma, and the erosion of trust in government institutions. Impact by presenting compelling statistical evidence of this issue to policymakers. You can raise awareness, bring the sovereignty of these issues to the attention of the public and government officials who's in office and whom are running for. Inform policy. Guide the development of target interventions and policy solutions. Hold institutions accountable. Use data to demonstrate the needs for reform and to track programs toward activity, racial equity. As my son would say, Mom, the only thing you could have said is, in short, advocate for the policy change, engage in the collective advocacy efforts to address systematic racism, and promote policies that support the well-being of Black communities. Build community institutions, support the development of community-based organizations that provide essential services, promote cultural preservation, and empower community members and leaders. Restoring knowledge of self-governance, jurisprudence, and legal philosophy. Organize educational workshops, educate community members about the principles of jurisprudence, rule of law, and constitutional self-government. Build legal capacity, provide access to legal resources, and support for community members to navigate the legal system and protect their rights. Promote civic engagement. Encourage active participation in the political process, including voting, running for office, and advocating for policy change. Legal policy change. Your role as a community member, community neighbor, and others, part of any kind of a village body. We, the people, can set the principles for a just and transparent legal system. Ensure the proper functioning of government institutions and uphold the consistent application of law. Legal principles serve as the foundation underpinning a legal system and guide judicial decision making. Understanding these concepts is vital to fully grasp the
Intricacies.
One second. Where am I? Understanding these concepts is vital to fully grasp the intricacies of the law. Legal principles play a crucial role in shaping, providing a foundation for the proper functioning of law. Legal principles serve as the cornerstone for the creation, interpretation, and application of laws, ensuring justice and fairness in judicial decisions. Enable people to better understand and navigate the legal landscape. A constitution outlines the fundamental principles, institutions, and functions of nation state and provides the legal framework for the entire legal system. Your role as a community member, community neighbor, and others part of a village body. You can advocate. How can I be a conduit in facilitating the restoration of Moorish nationality, consciousness, Moorish history, and Moorish political unity among our people in New York and New Jersey? To be aware of each other through positive eyes. These good energy stays with them and does become part of their good memories as children. They understand a good environment from an unhealthy one. They know the difference. This is planted in them when given these opportunities for humanity. Time well spent on how to dwell and to function with grace and peace and sharing the knowledge. My 40 years of community service and networking has prepared me to aid in the facilitation of guiding our people into the knowledge of our Moorish nationality, persisting Moorish sovereignty, our pre-existing blood rights, claims to the land, the recovery of our lost Moorish sovereignty. 4, self-determination, constitutional self-government, due process, and other legal principles, jurisprudence and international law, human rights, Moorish treaties, protections, Moorish consular relations, and Moorish diplomatic relations. Community network and awards. Organizing foundations, Congressional Black Caucus, representing New York City, District 13, Charles B. Rangels, he was the longest politician that ran and took care of Harlem. They hired our people to stay independent and to keep families together in functional, safe homes. From Board of Elections, Harlem Landmarks, Apollo Theater played a part of this too. Hiring our youth, giving them a chance to start a working career. Percy Sutton, then after passing, came Billy Mitchell. Last 30 years, I've worked closely with them on these goals, supporting our communities to fish for themselves is very important to be that liaison. 2023 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, Black People United Global Network. 2024 International, this honoree of the Church of Scientology Human Rights Educator Certificate given September 8, 2024. Honoree of the Black Kings and Queens Worldwide, Accountability and Authenticity Mongol Grandmother, Mongol International Change for Higher Society, 2024 International Woman of Distinguished Humanitarian. This is all the stuff I said earlier.
Yes.
So, member and sponsors, along with my family of Akil Rose, Kwanzaa Committee, and the Emergency Harlem Network, supporting the Association of Men Organizations. Chemic Master of the Master Art Lifetime Achievement Award, March 1st, 2024, and also last year too. Committee member of the Kwanzaa for Harlem Community, committee member of the Harlem Rights for Our Children's National Campaign, supporter and member of Nollywood Productions, Mongol International Advisory Liaison, Thy Holy Lord's Precious Gift of Life. Thy Holy Lord's Precious Gift of Life. African Farmers Community Board, Scientific Community Outreach, and Friends of L. Round Harbor. And this is Queen Mother of Harlem in Harlem giving a panelist.
So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna show the pictures. We're gonna just show the pictures.
And that is Dr. Harris.
Dr. Harris. Yep.
Yes. This is Dr. Shaka Zulu's Mars in the Bronx, and that's his lady right there in the coat.
All right, next one. All right.
This is the Juneteenth committee. They already started doing the meetings for the next Juneteenth.
All right.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
All right. Next one.
White House. This is the Black Spades Tiny's event, and we was on a panel for his and this is New York City anti-human trafficking fundraising that we did with Oz for Oz Sultan with Oz Sultan campaign. There's awesome people here from the this is the CUNY College that we have the Children's Summit panelists.
Right.
And y'all all know who she is, right? This is Malcolm X's daughter.
Oh, I know. All right. I didn't recognize her. All right. So
this is the things that I do all over for the campaigning, and this is canvassing. This part is canvassing, getting people to understand how to vote, where to go vote, and register to go vote. And you can't just vote. What is the rules? What are the steps they have to take?
All right.
This is the community outreach safe haven. It's 23 in all 5 boroughs. And this is She Knocks. This is my girl here, Tasha. She gives she has her own organization. She does work for the State Building in the Bronx. She is raising her grandchildren. Her oldest daughter just passed away recently. And she's now down south visiting her other children down south with her other grandchildren. She has a lot of grandchildren. But she also gives healing, how with crocheting for people to and release their stress through crocheting and making things with their hands. So
we'll to wrap it up. So we'll do is what other pictures we have is law enforcement.
This is recruiting at the State Building.
All right, good. That's
this is a meeting, political meeting of people from Republicans and Democrats coming together.
And this will be the last picture. This will be the last one.
Okay, this is at the State Building celebrating one of the holidays together.
All right. This was great. This was great. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate you, brother. Greatly appreciate you for the time.
What does
Uh,
Hank think?
Hank is doing the production. You know, he's in the background. So we have again, once again, Louisa Flores, a keynote speaker at the May 18th, 2024 Moorish Political Unity Conference, a conduit to facilitating Moorish history, Moorish nationality, and Moorish political unity. All right. This was, as you know, this was scheduled 2 weeks ago, and we had to reschedule it for today. You did us justice. You did not disappoint. Wonderful. Excellent. I'm excited. I'm excited to do some post marketing. We're going to do reels and a lot of good things with this video. I'm excited. Brother Israel, thank you for co-piloting. Man, as usual, you're doing a great job, man. Greatly appreciate for you putting these slides together, man. Wonderful. Brother Jonathan, thank you, brother. Thank you
Yes,
for
yes.
assisting us, brother. You know, we definitely wanted this to go off today, brother. Thank you for coming to the rescue, brother Jonathan. Thank you, brother. I'm serious.
And he actually remembered. I asked him a whole month ago.
Awesome.
He
Awesome.
remembered. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to salute y'all. Thank you. For my books, go to moorishandmasonry.org. Been going across the stream. All right. Sister Louisa, close us out. Close us out.
On a prayer.
How are you want to close us out?
Okay. Always, we do this because we must, because it is our job to seek for the best, in order to guide our world in a better place for humanity's sake. We must save our humanity because it is being very, very attacked. We must save it, and that's our duty. So just don't give events. Give events with a purpose. Give events, parades, festivals with a purpose, and do give the history of who we are and the legal aspects of why we having any celebration. Give the legal aspects for the children to learn and know the truth so they won't be lied to later when we all gone. We'll be gone soon. So when you have an event, do spend time on the principles of law. Is our survival. Our survival is at stake. And I digress. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Peace, everyone.
Peace and
Peace and
love.
love. Peace, everyone.